Hello people. It's been a while since I've recorded a video. Mainly just been taking a break and I've been focusing on the Nebula submission, which has been a lot of really good ones. I guess just to get this out of the way, I just did mine the way that I wanted to do it. Nothing particular. It's not really a it's not really a race. So good luck to anyone who participated. And that's a really rare helmet. Holy chaos. I think yeah, that's a rare helmet. Nice. Haven't seen that in a while. Now, anyways, I wanted to make another video on my loadouts, essentially. This being what I use for certain stuff, or just basically anything in general. Now, to firstly start us off, I would like to mention the what is it? The chainsaw. The chainsaw utilizes 5 max melee damage mods. That's really the only mods for it in the game, and that's really all you can do. As for stuff like the revolver, you can do a little bit of a mix. Um, what you can do is for a revolver, M9, and just basic guns like that, you can use either an ammo storage, just basic ammo, or a pistol happy trigger, like this one right here, with 4 damage mods going down, and that'll amount to the overall damage by 1000%, which stacks up over time. And for the difference between just a normal revolver, as you can see right here, I have the economical tweak, so it looks like this. And that kind of just adds to the overall damage that it can deal. Then, for the Rec 21, I've changed it up as to how I used it before. Instead of me using Skullcracker, what I use is 4 damage and then 1 sniper damage rev. Now, the difference between me removing the Skullcracker, which I always keep on me because it's one of the mods that I use, is this. As you can see, my final headshot would be about like 85 or so K. But you can see how it just kind of builds up here over time. Which it also shows you the weak point, which I also thought was pretty cool. But if I go ahead and remove this and exchange it for sniper damage, I actually do more damage with this than I would do with normal Skullcracker. Because I can land more hits than I can headshots. Like, you can land more body shots than you can headshots. Which is a cool thing. Now, of course, this isn't the optimal build that you would want to go for. But if you really want to hit hard, then what you would do is something like this. Now, in exchange for this, if you remove 2 damage mods and add the sniper peers, which I'm gonna go ahead and showcase real quick if I go to the community safe house. Giving it a second to load. I haven't actually tested it out myself, but I've seen that it's pretty good. So if I go ahead and wait for this to finish, I could actually test this out myself. Those guys aren't even in it. Okay, let's do this. Sniper Pierce. That's Frostbite. Actually really does the work. I ended that in 5 bullets as opposed to normal difference. That's pretty good. That is pretty good indeed. I'll take that. This is the optimal build that you'd want to do for something like attack heli. Or you could just do 3 damage frostbite or sniper pierce. Either or works. Also, if you're trying to level it up quick, then what you would want to do is sniper pierce and electric charge because it'll do more damage that way. And then I have this here toxic barrage. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I've tested it out, but I mean it's a good mod. All the mods are good for their certain stuff, but it's up to you what you choose. Now, for this in particular, I guess, this is my Rusty 48 loadout. I have 2 shotgun damage, slug rounds, dual shell, and deadeye. Deadeye is 100% needed for this type of shotgun because without it, it's really slow to reload. Plus, it also is boosted up thanks to my reload time on this tweak right here. Now, moving on from this. Also, that was a Builder's Club hat. Don't see those often. Nice. Now, for different mods that you can use for this, you can either go 3 damage, this same loadout, 2 damage, 1 ammo, then shotgun, a deadeye, then I forget the other ones. People don't really like the Pierce, but I personally do, because not only does it make the shotgun actually hit longer range, but like if you move around, like I'm moving around now, it's not changing the reticle, as opposed to if I was to remove it. This is with, this is without. The wider reticle in the middle compared to the more closed reticle like this. I mean, you could easily hit better shots. So I just prefer to have it like this. It keeps it far more accurate. At least in my opinion. It's my preference for build. You don't have to follow the same build. It's just what I do. Now, for the Desolator. This is the same Desolator as I showed in the last video, or in the last mod loadout. But here is the reason why I like to use insane rounds. If you're fighting a boss like hard mode Zerkera, and let's say they have 1 million HP, which she does, the insane rounds, as you can see, it does 100 plus 1% of their current health as burning damage. Basically, over time, the insane rounds from the Desolator, which shoots fast over time as it builds up, it can do quite a lot to Zerkera. I mean, of course, you can also do 4 damage, really whatever you want with this. The Desolator has no specific mod setup that you can follow, and it's really heavily undermined about how truly how good it is. And I mean, I tell people to give it a test try. I've had some mixed feelings about it. Some said that it was actually better than what they thought. Some said it was utter dog shit. Now, of course, this is just my preference. You can do the spin up, which I forget where you can get that, so I apologize. Maybe if I also don't know why this here damages you, but it does whatever. So if I go over to my item codex, where is it? Right here. Doesn't say. However, as you see, it says revs up the longer you fire it. So it's a good mod, but personally I prefer the reload because if I remove that and I have a 24% reload difference right here. So if I go ahead and I just reload normally, that's how slow it is compared to if I was to do this, much faster. Works better, and really it just helps out a lot. Now onto the broom spear. The broom spear is a weapon I've been kind of testing out more recently, and I've actually come to like it. You get it from, I think here. Oh no, this is melee, not blunt damage. You get the oh no, you get it from Bandit Outpost. I believe it's Bandit Outpost. Yeah, right here. Okay, and then here's the heavy machine gun fire rate. So you get it from the normal. Oh no, yeah, you get it from the normal crate at 33.34%. And then this is 11.12 here, and then 16.43, I think that says here. So it's good overall. 6% melee damage. And if I was to, the fuck is going on over here? Well, this is a good test, I guess. If I was to throw it, it does 3.1k. I don't know why it does less, but it's good overall. Also, a little fun fact about it, it has the same recycled uh, inspect animation as the baseball bat, if you look closely at how it holds. It's just a funny little thing I noticed. And although I don't really use it this often, the blunt melee. Let's say you want to go for blunt melees. Of course, you have the Noticaine, the shovel, sledgehammer, and crowbar. Now for the crowbar, which you would rather do, I'm not sure why, but there's been a lot of talk about it, saying that you could just send zombies flying, but I haven't really tested it out myself. I need to check on it, upgrade a few mods, etc., etc. If you put 5 knockback mods on the crowbar, you can send zombies flying. And although I haven't really tested it, I guess a good mod loadout for, let's say, the crowbar, or no, let's say the naughty cane as an example. You would want to do 4 damage mods, that of which you can get here in the WD community, and 1 knockback. I guess you can say that's the optimal build for it, or however you want to do it. You can experiment. I'm not too sure on mod preference for that. And then of course, moving on, I have the bow, 1 focus rate, 4 damage. This one you can kind of change. What you can do is remove pyrotechnic everlast for either another damage or ammo. Now I have near perfect reload and the lifetime, and yeah, ammo capacity. The max is 100%, which is pretty good, and it works out like a charm. What you can also do, this is my loadout. Um, you can get something better. I don't know why I want it's crit, but I mean it works. However, thinking about it, it's these four. Like these 4 are primary, and then what you can do for this is use the rifle caliber, which similar to this increases the damage, and I'll show you my vector in a moment. But you can either go with something like this, or you can remove this. You could actually also add damage rev. What I've seen people do was 1 damage ammo rifle, then damage rev and damage caliber. Now do note, it does make you slow. Or not slow, but it does shoot the gun slower. So you're gonna have to pick your poison. Yeah, it's damage rev, caliber, 1 ammo, 1 damage, and um, whatever else I said. Now, recently the AT4 had gotten some love, and this right here is this is basically the type of loadout that you'd want. Now, Rocket Man is pretty expensive. It's not that easy to really get. You'd have to get RNG with Icarus and just shit like that. However, the Rocket Man essentially allows you to just kind of rapid fire rockets while jumping in the air. And as you can see, I didn't even have to reload, which makes it pretty overpowered. Now I do a base of 21,000 damage. I have the ammo capacity, explosive radius, and I also was able to tweak it with this, which just increases it overall. So, relatively, it's better than it was before. Now, of course, I have the M9 Legacy. Yeah, I mean, personally, I like the M9 Legacy. I just have it on me. Plus, it's got a pretty good tweak, pretty good damage. And, I mean, of course, it's just the same thing with this. You want to do 4 damage, and then I put the pistol happy trigger on this, just so it has one, so I don't have to swap between these two. Also, I just want to let you know this now. For for these mods, I have the where is it? I have the engineer or portable workbench. It makes it so much more handy to just kind of have. I wouldn't suggest buying it if you don't want to, but it really is worthwhile having since it really just helps out so much. So you don't have to always go back and forth, back and forth. It just saves time. Now, moving on to the final gun of the list is, well, really second to last. If I go ahead and go to my safe home, what I can do is go ahead and showcase. Also, hello, Patrick. Hmm, actually, this the Mariner. I think I have damage caliber in here. Yeah, I do. Alright, I'm gonna take one of those. However, for the Mariner 590, a type of loadout that you'd want for this weapon is 2 damage, 1 slug, 2 damage, 1 slug, and dual shell. If you can't access dual shell, then I would just do 3 damage, slug, and happy trigger. It really does work out well. And then, of course, go ahead and pull out damage caliber right here. Increases damage by 5% while reducing a proportional rate of fire. Useful for increasing total ammo damage at the cost of damage per second. Now, if I was to go ahead and remove damage caliber for a rifle crit, then there you go. I'm not really sure how fast my gun would shoot because I have this. So, yeah, that's basically it. And then also here is damage rev. Oh wait, I have a storage in here. I didn't know that. That's handy. Hmm. And yeah, also, I am missing a weapon, my bad. This. The Vector X. You can do a few different types of builds. This is what I was suggested, and this is what I found to be really good. It's this setup. 1 damage, the ammo cap, which heavily increases it, including the additional ammo capacity I have from this. Then I also have gunshot splitter, which basically halves it halves, or not really halves, but it lowers the overall amount that can be shot for basically two. So in a sense, gunshot splitter is better because it shoots two rather than one, which, as you can see here, almost 100k for one being just kind of headshots only. Really, I don't think it registers body shots. Not body shots, headshots. Well, yeah, I'll just do this. That's also not including the crit, which, if I just aim properly, there you go, 100k or 108k for 64 bullets shot. So essentially, this is me shooting 64 bullets, which is pretty good, personally. Now, I don't really have much time in this video, but what I can do is make a second part, which I will do. But I hope you all did enjoy this video, and if you did, then hey, feel free to comment about what you would rather me do next, or if you watched it to the end. I've had a rough week, so yeah, I'm just kind of doing whatever now. Have a good day, people.